Well, springtime signals a major shift for one of nature's hardest workers. As flowers begin to bloom, bee activity ramps up. Fox 24's Emma Engel previously showed us how the bees managed through the winter. Now she's back at the hives with a look at why spring is such an important season for these pollinators.
I'm back out here with the bees, but this time spring is in the air and the buzz is really picking up. As spring warms up the Lowcountry, these hives are exploding with activity. Lauren Donaldson, owner of Just Me and the Bees, says this is the season her hives have been waiting for.
We already see activity. So we've got bees buzzing around. They're out there foraging for nectar and pollen to feed, but the queen is starting to lay more because there's food coming in. So the populations are all increasing and very, very happy bees. And of course, our treat is the honey. But it also means just more and more hives, which is why the Host a Hive program is so amazing. I get to just make more bees.
This home is part of that Host a Hive program, where community members host a hive on their property while Donaldson handles the care. Since our last visit, the program has grown, now including 5 locations, with the newest hive on Wadmala Island. With spring weather swinging from warm to chilly, I asked Donaldson how the bees handle the back and forth.
They're confused, but they're so intelligent. Like, they have managed all of this for years without beekeepers. Like, I'm just in it because I love it and I want to support them. But the waves up and down, it's been happening for years, especially in this region. They're okay. It'll sometimes give them a false start. The queen might start laying and then, it gets too cold and they can't keep all those baby, eggs warm.
She says this time of year is actually less hands-on for her.
Because normally when you saw last time, there was food in there. So I was proactively feeding, and this time of year, nature is doing its thing, which helps me, but obviously the bees are going to just expand and explode with that pollen. It's like their trigger of, we can make more family. Let's grow.
But spring also brings one of the biggest threats to bees, pesticides.
So the reality is, I know people use, different chemicals. They try to be pollinator friendly, or sometimes they need to use something stronger to deal with either mosquitoes, or some people don't like weeds, even though that's a food source for pollinators. But the compromise, the little bit you can do for nature is, if you are going to spray, do it when the sun isn't shining. This is when the butterflies and the bees and the birds and everybody's out getting food. So if you spray in the nighttime hours, the sun has set. By the time the sun rises the next morning, it's dried up, so it won't stick on their bodies and potentially get back into the hive.
Donaldson says each hive comes with its own challenges.
And right now, like in this apiary, I have 2 very strong hives and 2 weaker hives. And the weakness, I'm just noticing that the queens aren't laying like they should be. So it could be the end of her life, or, something else is going wrong. They could have gotten into chemicals. I don't know. So this is where I inspect almost on a weekly basis to make sure that they're thriving, because all the hives should be thriving right now if everything's okay.
For more information and ways you can support the bees right here in Charleston, visit Just Me and the Bees on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can also find them on justmeandthebees.com. I'm Emma Engel, Fox 24 News Now.